Ernesto, could you explain to me this project?
Oh, this is a project that had swallowed my life because I went to the forest almost 4 years ago, and I met the indigenous people, and I began to understand the dimension of the indigenous people, the huge dimension that they have, the huge knowledge, and the contact with the sacredness in nature. And this contact is especially done with in the ceremonies, to the chants, but especially to the tea named ayahuasca, Nishipan for them. When we drink this tea, we get really connected to nature, strongly connected. It's a tea of transformation and conscience. And
what's the name of the tea?
Ayahuasca.
Okay.
And the indigenous, they drink this tea on the west of Amazon, many different societies, indigenous nations, and to the chants, the connections happen. And they have a huge knowledge about that since thousands of years.
But how can you transmit that here? How can you transmit it? How can you show that?
I show by the art. The art express a little bit that, because this is related to the art, because the art is a spiritual channel also in our society.
Yeah.
It's the channel of subjectiveness.
Yeah, but precisely, people come into the tent.
Precisely, it's never going to happen because this is not science. This is another science.
No, but people are coming in the tent.
They can feel here in the tent what the spirits tell here. They can breathe here.
Okay.
They can relax here. Feel, interiorize himself. Things that I'm doing since a long time. It's not by chance that we met each other. I always felt that inside of the work you could breathe, take your time, take a conversation with yourself, a conversation with nature. I always have been expressing nature, and make a gap in between all this society of information that we are living. And this is absolutely necessary for the conduction of our life, like meditation, for example, and things like that. We are living in a very complicated society. Our values is absolutely changed. We live in a value of the gold, let's say.
Yeah.
And they live in a society who has not even property, you know. They deal with the forest. They take the things from the forest. Everything they do, especially their ancestors, was just from the forest. There was no contact with the machines and things like that. And the learning is very much about from the animals, from the plants. The plants teach. We are kids of the plants. This planet was poisoned. The atmosphere was unbreathable. The plants clean that atmosphere since a long time. And when you are in this spiritual concentration, you will begin to deal with the plants. The plants begin to teach us where to go. And we, with our science, we put ourselves outside of science. Every time we say nature, we put nature outside of us. But we are nature. Nature is inside of us. When you are in the table, in a strong debate, drinking a beer, and suddenly a voice begins to say, hey, time to stand up. And say, no, you are magnetized by this cultural engagement. And suddenly you stand up and you go. And when you stand up, you begin to feel much more comfortable, introspective, with yourself, focused. And then you go to the toilet, and you arrive there, and you pee. And then you have a release, you have a contact with all this spiritual dimension, because this is a contact with nature. The voice that was telling you to go to the toilet was nature telling you there's something beyond culture, nature. Culture is our nature, but the nature is beyond culture. And we are becoming so far away from nature that we are becoming sick, fighting to each other. You know, we never had so much resources in the planet, and never so much misery in the planet. What's going on? We got crazy? No, we got sick. And they work with cure. They talk about cure, healing all the time, because we need to heal ourselves all the time, because the negative thinking is coming all the time in our mind. And they have the healing because they have the plants. Every time we are feeling not so good,
Oui.
we go to the countryside, isn't it? And we come so refreshed, so renovated because of nature. Nature is our mother.
Merci, Ernesto.
De rien.
Obrigada.
De nada.